Welcome to the Regular Joe's podcast. I'm Dave Pisani.
I'm Barry Kay.
And I'm Todd Pleasant.
What's going on, everybody? If you didn't watch last week's show, you missed our first on-location shoot, right?
Shoot, yes.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
We've done stuff.
and if you only listened to it, and I know at least one person, a friend of mine, said that he listened to it, and I said, all right, you need to go back and watch the video. Like, we don't always push people to the video. That was a very visual podcast.
Oh yeah, it was all video. So we were at if you didn't see it, we were at a place called Poster Conservation that conserves and restores posters. We've been watching them on Facebook and wherever, and
YouTube
and we took posters
Dave and
there.
I both had posters restored there, and now Brian has as well. And so we went and did a whole day with them, and they basically showed us the entire process. And
Yeah, it's a fascinating process, and I thank you, Lee and Beth and the whole crew there. They were super accommodating. I mean, we were there for like 5 hours. You know, they took posters and did the process with their own poster for us. Lee did with a Barbarella poster. It was a lot of fun. We had great access. You know, that was the first I think we've done sort of film video wise on location. So
yeah, other than shooting B-roll at Rhode Island Comic-Con last year, I think you're right.
Yeah.
It was fascinating. I mean, I don't know anything about poster restoration, and it was super interesting. So,
Yeah,
we had to keep telling Todd to stop asking questions off camera because he kept that. I mean,
but it was good because he asked a lot of the questions we asked because I've been there 3 times. So and he's like, wait a second, you're taking a 45-year-old poster and you're putting it in a whole thing of water? Well, that makes no sense.
and just that, like, I'll tell you, the thing that blew me away was like the colored pencils and the artist
Yes.
they had that was drawing, covering the fold lines and all that with the colored pencils, and the fact that they are putting a removable layer on top of that poster because they're basically touching up that poster, but they're not making permanent changes to that poster.
It's all reversible.
You could take an eraser and take everything off that, and that's their intention. They're not looking to modify this thing. They're looking to make it look as great as possible without causing any damage to it. And that is what art curation is all about.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
the whole thing. The linen backing, I mean, not that I've collected posters, but I bought and had. I've heard the word linen backing for 30 years. I didn't exactly know what it was until we had our posters linen backed.
and I don't necessarily consider myself a poster collector, but I have over 50, so I guess I am.
I was going to say, how would you not consider yourself a poster collector?
know,
Is it
to
because
me,
it's like 7 in line of the things
Well,
you
because
collect?
there's people who only collect posters, so that's the difference.
Yeah, but and I'm still not looking to acquire mass quantities of them. But I've gotten a few in the last few years, and some of the ones I've bought are more valuable than some of the other ones I've had. So I guess I'm collecting them, but very selectively, right? But and at some point I'll be able to show it. But I even left them a poster while we were there to work on for me because it's not super valuable, but sentimentally it means a lot, and it's
There's a lot of autographs on there. So-
yeah, there are a lot of autographs on there, but it's way less expensive to do this than I think people realize.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
maybe if you need something crazy done, the price can maybe start to go up. But just to get it sort of linen backed and cleaned and whatever, I mean, it's really not as expensive.
It's not
as you
very
might
expensive,
think.
and I won't mention the numbers here, but in the video, Brian has a Disney silkscreen poster. I don't know if you. I'll tell you after the show. He told me how much he paid. It is night and day. I was there when he dropped it off.
Oh, yeah.
It was in pretty rough shape. I mean, not horrible shape, because we've seen them piece together posters, but it just had a lot of issues. It was discolored. For what he paid for that, its value has far exceeded what he paid for that tenfold,
Yeah.
probably.
Well,
So-
and that's the same with the first poster I had them do, which I still haven't shown on the show because I've been waiting to get it done, and it's been done from them for months, but now I'm getting it framed. So at some point, hopefully in the next few weeks, I'll be able to do it as a what's in the box type thing. But Yeah, I mean, the poster that I had them work on the first time is far more valuable now than it was before because of the
But
work
it
they
also
did.
keeps everything in good condition. And
It
I
also
don't
looks
think
great.
it's a
And
couple
the
$100
reality is
linen
they're
back.
probably not going to sell it, but you want it to look as good as possible.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, being a collector, I want it to hold its value. I have no intention of ever selling it, but at some point, somebody might have to sell it, whether it's me or somebody in the future. And I'd like for it to be.
They'll get the full
Hopefully.
$10 for that. Don't you
We might
worry
even get
about it.
20. Yeah.
They'll get they'll take 15 at a yard sale.
Well,
It's
my
like,
poster, I had the rollerball poster done, and it comes folded. It's a 50-year-old poster that has always been folded, and it's tough to. And it was on like not a slick type of paper, so I wanted it linen backed, and so it would take the folds out, which is exactly what it did. So, that it does a lot to improve the look of posters for not a ton of money. So highly recommend posterconservation.com. They're not a sponsor,
And there are
but
some poster purists out there who would prefer it to be folded and with the fold lines and all that. But for me, if you're going to display it in a frame and hang it in your house, you want it to look as good as it can.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So check out that video. It's on YouTube. It's definitely it's a fun watch for sure. Let's go some random. Todd, what do you got?
okay, so what now? 8 months from now, there's going to be an Avengers movie.
Oh Jesus!
I wasn't 100% sure of this. I really wasn't. But there are people who have seen a trailer, and they're all talking about it. We can't see the trailer.
And so many more rumors. I sort of had that as a.
Well, it's not even the rumors. It's they're saying, yeah. There's all these rumors now.
There's more rumors coming out of the little bits that people. Oh, we think it's this and this. I'm
Right.
This movie better be the world's greatest movie because I'm sick of it
I
already.
would say they were very, very strategic at what they showed, and I think they showed everything people wanted to see. I hope that's not everything that people want. That's not all of that. But Steve Rogers returns in a spectacular way. I tell you that the big question mark for me on this is Robert Downey Jr. and how they make that work is going to make this either a fiasco or it's going to make it amazing.
We've said that
And
several times. Yeah,
I
agreed.
really don't want him to be an alternate universe version of Tony Stark. But so they got to keep him in the mask, and I don't know how that works because basically they've used every excuse to get him out of the mask for the last 11 films.
There's no. I've been saying this for a year now. There's no way they keep him in a mask for the whole movie. They just can't. They paid too much money for him to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that everything is tied directly to the comics, but there's no world or no comic where an alternate Tony Stark is Doctor Doom. Is there?
No. Oh no. It never has been.
I'm just
Doctor Doom has set himself up as Iron Man before, but never the reverse. So, yeah.
Did somebody sit down and say the only reason the first 22 movies did so well is because we had Robert Downey Jr.? I mean, he was great and all, and I love him as Iron Man, but you can't think that way.
Yeah.
I also don't know that. I don't think that Tony Stark needed to die the way that he did. They could have kept him alive, and then this wouldn't have been an issue.
But they all moved him.
There's a certain age when you can't be putting this guy in the suit, okay? And the actor's getting old. So
But half the time he wasn't even in the suit, and it was
know
still
that, no, but
flying
I'm
around
saying,
and fighting.
realistically, it looks silly after a while. There are ways they could have used him that are not this, and I think if you had an AI Tony Stark that's basically like Jarvis, okay, where he preserved because he's that egotistically he preserved his consciousness, and he's the man, he's basically the system that's talking to them and and basically reacting as if he is the ghost of himself. And that could have been interesting. They did that in one of the comics.
But I guess the point I was trying to make was,
I'm saying there's ways of bringing Tony Stark back without making Robert Downey Jr. play a different character.
but I'm just saying, did Tony Stark need to die in Endgame for that to have the same effect?
Well, the whole
if he
thing
had
was,
lived, barely lived,
but
lived.
they decided to end an era with Steve Rogers moving on. But that's the thing. It's like, so 22 movies, great. Then the next 10 kind of sucked, and did someone say the only way to fix this is to bring back Captain America and Iron Man or Robert Downey Jr. and Captain America?
You gotta remember too.
That's so lame. It's not even funny.
But it's also like these guys were tired of doing this stuff, okay, and they wanted to not do it for a while, okay.
But
and
we
then
couldn't
maybe they missed
make a
having,
good movie,
like,
so we had to bring them
big-ass-
back.
Big ass Marvel checks, but I think I don't know. This is going to be the draw. It is. I mean, people are going to go out of curiosity. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
But it's one
they do
movie. I don't know. I would have preferred better movies, and I don't know how to make that, but I'm not being paid to do that. Then I love them. Believe me, Captain America's my favorite character. I love him. But okay, I get it. He's got to move on. But why you got to bring him back? Because you can't.
They had two setbacks that they never bounced back from, and they never bounced back from losing Black Panther, okay, and they never and the whole Doom thing was just a road to nowhere. Not Doom, Kang thing was a road to nowhere. And
I don't think
way too much
Black
time.
Panther was the savior of, even if he was great and all, but it didn't have the appeal.
Oh no, he was the person they were planning on building things around. A lot of people have said that. So they did not have a strong lead at that point. What are you going to build a universe around Ant-Man? Okay. That character could have been the Captain America character. He could have been. It's not the same character. It's a different character, but he's somebody people could have rallied behind and around, and brings a whole other universe in this. And like I said, that knocked them back, and they did not recover, and they did not have a replacement for that character. So it certainly wasn't Cap light.
If they did try to build a universe around Ant-Man, they would have had to find him a new girlfriend because Hope Van Dyne's actress went crazy.
Yeah. And yet she's in this.
I feel like...
Is she?
Yeah, she's in this.
She is? I
Yeah.
thought she retired from acting.
I thought she's in this.
I thought she had a brain...
Yeah, didn't she fall and hit her head on a rock? And I'm not even...
Oh, no, you know what? His daughter's in this.
Yes, Catherine Newton.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. Cassie. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like, depending on what happens in the next 8 months, I could just not even go see this movie if it gets. It's just
You are going to see this. You're going to see it like within a couple of days of it opening. Out of curiosity, you're not going to be able to help yourself.
He's going to sit there and hate watch it for 3 hours.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
be like, why am I sitting here through this?
And believe me, I think Endgame is one of the top 10 movies ever made, probably. And I don't know about this. I really just don't. And we have this conversation every 4 months because.
And we seem to have it every time when we're not on the air too. We just have it a lot.
Yeah.
So.
I'm very curious to see what they do. They have all the right pieces in play. And
They have some of the wrong pieces in play.
They do, but again, like I said, this is the Russo brothers, and they've been right more than
I trust them, but
okay. The stuff that they've done good has been for Marvel, and we will see. It's just I am going to choose to be optimistic about this.
It's not that far out at this point.
It is not that far out.
we'll see.
Did you hear what happened? How Cap reappears in the clip that they showed?
I haven't heard anything. I don't know.
I love this. Thor
You're gonna
throws
ruin
a
it for us,
hammer,
though.
and it comes back, and it doesn't go to Thor. And Cap catches it, and they turn around, and everybody turns around and looks, and he's standing there, and he looks at Thor, and he says, "Hey, buddy," and he's holding the hammer, and that's the reveal. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
There's a ton of stuff coming out.
I'm more curious about how he gets there in the first place, but
He's got a beard, so hey, there's a story there. So
yeah, I've been trying to avoid
me
like
too.
people telling me what they saw in this footage. Like same thing with
Yeah,
Mandalorian.
it's
They
like-
showed the first 17 minutes of Mandalorian at this press event, and
CinemaCon.
that's already locked out.
No,
This
that
is-
wasn't CinemaCon. That was
that was
The-
the press event. I was going to mention that as one
Go
of
ahead.
my randoms. But so yeah, I mean, Mandalorian and Grogu. As we record this, we're a month out. Tickets are now officially on sale. I got mine.
I got mine.
It seemed like a pretty slow start to ticket sales. I did check my theater, and it is now filling up. But when I bought mine, I was like, nobody's bought a single ticket yet.
Oh, really? No, mine. Someone had bought mine. I was looking. I was just going to check. I checked the other day, but
Yeah, and I got for opening night, and then I looked, and throughout that weekend now, because I only look at the one theater that I really like, and it's filling up now, which is good. But they did they did a press event, and they had a bunch of influencers. We weren't
Yeah.
invited. I don't know why, but a bunch of influencers come in. They had what looked like an amazing setup of like almost like the archive of everything that Disney has made with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Or at least the stuff that Favreau and Filoni have made. It didn't look like the movies.
and
but
there
it was
is a
all-
video on Tested. Adam Savage.
Well,
tested
I was going to mention that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of videos all over the internet, but the best ones, the ones that I would recommend, there's 2 up so far from Adam Savage on Tested. One where he kind of goes through. He got his own.
He got
private
his
tour
own
with Jon
thing
Favreau,
where everyone
which-
else was. I saw that dude Gabe and I think friend of the show Michael McMaster was there. I think Gordon was there.
I think our friend Gordon was there.
Yeah.
But no disparaging any of the other footage. But Adam got more of a private tour because of who he is, and they did one tour where they kind of go through all the props and sets that they had on display. And in the second video I just watched today, he's in the cockpit of the Razor Crest, and he's with Favreau, and they're talking a lot about the Razor Crest and how they made it, and pieces of it that are practical, and really good videos. So I highly recommend checking those out. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Do we know whether the Razor Crest is another Razor? Is
It
another?
is.
Okay, so it's not.
And in this second video, and it's a little bit of a spoiler, I won't say what it is, but Jon Favreau does kind of reveal why there's another Razor Crest in that video, which
But he
maybe
in
is a
one in
spoiler.
the show he asked that Pelly whatever
to look
to
out for
find me one, right?
Yeah.
He
yeah,
asked
I'm
him-
not sure that that's the way he gets it.
I'm just saying, but he's been looking for one. So
Yeah. So he comes across another one, and it's not the same ship. It is a Razor Crest. It's not the one that he had been flying originally. It wasn't like they
it
fixed
blew up to a million pieces.
Yeah.
It's like Sonny Crockett's Daytona, Ferrari
Oy.
Daytona.
Don't even bring that.
That was that shot. You know that they did exactly that. They Sonny Crockett Daytona'd that thing.
Those videos are worth watching, though. If you like any of the Mandalorian seasons, if you like any of the other shows like that, tour through the warehouse of props and stuff is pretty cool.
It sounds like that stuff is like they have their own lot basically for this stuff, and it's not on like a Disney lot. It's
No, it's a separate
Somewhere
line.
in
It sounds
Culver,
like they've
they
got
said?
their own model shop there too, which is pretty
yeah,
cool.
which is cool. Yeah, that was good stuff. I don't think there's a ton of stakes with this movie. I just think it's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's all I need it to be. I'm not looking for anything on a grand scale. I just want a fun Star Wars movie.
I feel like if we're comparing these two movies, even though Doomsday's, there hasn't been a ton, and there's like no stakes for this one, and hopefully it's fun. And the other one is like so much nonsense attached to it. I don't know.
There is. I think there's 4 times the audience for one versus the other. I think this movie is going to have problems because people who have not watched the show are going to feel like they don't know anything about this, and they're not. And it's the problem that you talk about, Barry, all the time about people doing the homework. And I think a lot of people are going to feel like they don't. This isn't Luke Skywalker, this isn't Han Solo, even though that didn't work. this
But
is
you
a
know what?
character.
The reality of it, Todd, if you think about it, and this is crazy to say, there's an entire generation of kids who have not been able to see a new Star Wars movie in a theater. So people are going to want to take their kids to see a Star Wars movie on the big screen.
And Favreau did
I hope
say
you're
in
right
that
on
video.
I don't think outside of Star Wars fans, The Mandalorian has as big a footprint as they hope. So we'll see.
I wonder what I don't think it's going to be $1 billion movie.
No, I don't think it is either.
No,
I
but it also
think-
didn't have $1 billion budget. It was only like $170 million or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I don't think there's a ton of stakes either way with this.
My
Yeah,
favorite
no,
thing about the Jon Favreau videos with Adam Savage is Favreau refers to Grogu as Baby Yoda like 20
I know.
times.
I saw that. It was funny.
It's so cool. He doesn't even try to call him Grogu. It's great.
Yeah. What do I got? I wanted to bring up the CinemaCon, which we sort of talked about, but Top Gun 3 is supposedly happening. I know
It
we're
does not need to, but okay.
What does the Mandalorian Grogu need to happen?
Yeah, I'm way more excited about that. than I
In
would
the
be-
opening scene, Tom Cruise uses his walker to get up to his. No, sorry.
Well, Jennifer Connelly will probably be in it, so okay.
Should
I'll
probably.
go see it.
I gotta say that movie's on all the time, and I will watch 20 minutes of it all the time. Maverick is great. I'm
I
sorry.
love that movie. I have no problem with that movie. You know me, I'm not a huge fan of the first one. I think Maverick is great, and I don't think they need to make another one.
They're gonna make another one.
Did
Tom,
you guys read any of the CinemaCon stuff about Star Trek? Anything like? I know we've kind of talked about some of that, but
it doesn't. There's nothing. There's like they're gonna make something. It's
well,
gonna
they've
start
definitively
over.
said that there's a new movie in pre-production. It is not the Kelvin timeline. They are starting over, and it
With
has,
who,
there's the-
what, when?
Well, but they haven't said any of that. But they are definitively saying they are not doing anything else with the Chris Pine
No,
Kelvin.
I get that. I think that company's a mess right now.
And Jonathan Frakes was quoted, which I thought was interesting. I don't have his exact quote, but it was basically, isn't it sad that we're celebrating the 60th year of Star Trek and we have nothing new coming out other than shows that are already in the can? There's nothing new in like nothing for television in production. And he went on to say it was just a little sad and depressing.
It is, and that's again, yeah.
It's a mess.
Oh, I do have this quote, but I won't read the whole thing. But he basically said, "It seems like a very unfortunate irony." This is the way he ended his quote.
And
Well,
he's
money
right.
grubbing leeches have taken over that company. What are you going to do? It's a mess.
Well, they seem to want Star Trek to exist on the big screen and not the small screen.
Only, but I think with no care for anything other than money. Although, is Star Trek really is the big screen really the place for Star Trek? I don't know.
It's the franchise that they own, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also, yeah, you can do both, and they did both for a very long period of time, and it worked very, very well for them. And one supported the other, so it doesn't have to exclusively one versus the other.
I agree.
Because with movies, you get one turd and you kill the franchise for a decade.
Well, you can also get 10 really good episodes for the cost of what it costs you to make one.
That's what I'm
potentially
saying.
good movie.
And you get but no, they yeah.
I don't think the original series year one is totally off the table yet at this point either. So
So they have dismantled the Enterprise sets. The Strange New
Starfleet
World.
Academy sets.
No, the
And
Strange
the
New World.
Strange New
set.
World.
Oh,
sets.
have they really?
They have.
Yep.
So
That I didn't hear.
yes.
You were
So-
on your trip when that happened.
Okay,
So either they're
it's off the table then.
either they're reassembling them somewhere else, or there's going to be a pause in production, or they're going to build the Enterprise so it looks the way it looked in the 1960s. God, I hope not. They're going to
Or
film
it's not
it in
happening.
Ticonderoga.
Or they may come around to it eventually, but I think in the meantime they're striking sets so that they're not spending all this money to hold on to things that they might use at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I don't know what it costs to rebuild that, but it may be more cost effective to strike it if it's going to be a year or two until you need it than it is to leave it standing and keep all that up and running.
Yeah. Well, that film didn't that film in Canada?
Yeah.
It costs nothing. A giant warehouse in Canada is like $50.
I'm saying they pay you to keep it there. Yeah, no, I don't get it. And again, it's
messy.
messy.
There's the whole Warner Brothers thing. They got so many things on their plate. I don't trust anything what those people are doing. It's a shame. It's really messy. You know, it's not messy. Fanboy Collectibles, lots of stuff. We haven't actually sat down and done an episode in a while, but
Yeah. Not a traditional episode anyway, but they've got a lot of cool stuff.
a lot of cool. There's a Sideshow premium format creature from the Black Lagoon that looks awesome. Factory Entertainment, they are coming out with action figures. I think we talked about it somewhere at some point, but there are Jaws action figures up for pre-order. Quint and Hooper up for
They
pre-order.
look really cool.
Yeah, Factory Entertainment, Rick from The Mummy up for pre-order, and that's coming out with the fourth movie. Hot Toys Daredevil Season 2 in his black suit, Todd. I'm sure you pre-ordered that already.
I did. I ordered that within minutes of that going up.
He ordered that before it even was announced. He's like, when they announced this...
I think I did. I think I had the email ready before it was even announced.
Yeah.
They've got a massive one-man walker from the Mandalorian and Grogu that you can either get
ATRT.
the ATRT with the figure or
Without the figure? No, with
figure by itself.
You have every combination.
Yeah, or just the walker.
Yeah, I thought that was a statue. That is 1/6 scale.
That's a
Yeah.
Hot Toys 1/6 scale vehicle figure set. Yes.
From the movie. So they are really leaning into Mando and Grogu, which is interesting. But all that stuff is up for
Look at the
pre-order.
little white mouse droid. I didn't even see that before.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't see that either. But but there's Pops and Sideshow and Hot Toys and Kotobukiya and Hasbro and now Factory Entertainment, all kinds of stuff. Check those guys out, fanboycollectibles.com. Check them out at their store in Newtown, Connecticut, and tell them the Radio Joe say it. Lots of stuff out there, so something for everybody, for sure. Okay. We didn't even say what we're going to talk about. We're talking about what we're watching. I know that's fascinating for you, but
Well, there's a lot, and
There
if
is a lot.
you're watching
There's-
some of it too, and
you
if
have
not,
you have to make choices, and we're going to talk a little bit about the choices we're making.
yeah, there is a lot on
and-
right now.
we can tell you what we're liking and not, and maybe that helps you either find something cool or avoid something that you were going to spend time with.
There you go. So let's just go around. I do have a couple things that I just
I was
finished.
going to say,
Todd?
could we just start by just saying what our favorite thing that we're watching is right now? before we dive
Why don't
into
you
all-
you can go ahead unless you don't
Yeah,
want
you
to.
can start, Todd.
The absolute favorite thing I'm watching right now is Rooster.
The absolute
let's-
favorite thing
let's
I'm
talk about
watching right now is Rooster. I agree.
It might be my favorite thing too. Although
It is the thing. I have a list. I even
It's
nightly.
bizarre. It is bizarre how awesome that show is.
It's so. There are very few shows where you sit and you laugh out loud, and that is one of them. And it's from the same people who make Shrinking, and Ted Lasso. What is all that dinging?
It's somebody's coworker
It's
sending
okay.
me some messages. It's brilliant, and I got to. I've worked in education for 30 years, and this is what it's like, and it's like, and so many they're so dialed in on, you know. And again, I went to a liberal arts college. This is small New England liberal arts college. It is just perfect. And I mean, every time he says something
Oh my
totally
God,
inappropriate,
yes.
I'm like, oh, dude. It's like, I have done this. You know, I am you, and it's like, it's just, you know, you are my white
in
whale.
the episode that just aired this Sunday.
I didn't
I
watch
didn't
that
see that
one.
one
I'm
yet.
one
I'm
behind.
not going to say anything that spoils anything, but he says something and then he goes, "As soon as I heard the words coming out of my mouth, I knew I was wrong."
You know, and it's like he says, you are my white whale, and then you just look at this woman who's a little bit overweight, and you're like, oh my God, and it's like, and
There were a few shows that are laugh out loud, and it is definitely the thing I look forward to the
it
most
is,
of everything.
and there's not a missed opportunity in that.
It's
everything
clever
there.
and it's funny. It's just
And,
it's
and I'll
not.
say that the casting is perfectly dead on. I mean, it's the Jamie Tart there is awesome.
Good for that dude. He is like 180 degrees from Jamie Tart.
Oh, but he plays this perfectly narcissistic prick
yeah.
so well, and it's like I said, and everybody in this is just great, and
Perfect casting it all around. Yeah.
The college professor is that person, okay, and I know that person. It's just
The president, you mean the president?
the president, yes, the college president. Alan Ruck is even great in this, and it's really, really good. And
I agree with that.
like I said, it is the one show. Karen couldn't stay up last night, but it's the one show that every week I watch. I sit there looking at the clock, waiting for this thing there. 10 o'clock, but it is the best thing I'm watching. So
Yeah, I totally agree. That was what I was going to be my
you
comment.
probably haven't started the season of Invincible yet, have you? Todd?
I have started the season of Invincible. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay. Because I think the only thing I would say I'm enjoying more than Rooster is Invincible.
I'm only one in.
Okay.
Okay. And a lot was in that first episode, and I saw it yesterday. I'm still kind of processing. So,
Yeah, you need to watch a few more.
yeah, and I will.
It'll be your favorite thing this current season. I think. Once you get there.
I love that show, and they're just doing great things with it. Sorry, Zachary Quinto is gone. The robot guy's
Yeah,
voice.
robot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same, but yeah. So
It's just a great adaptation. It continues to be an amazing adaptation of my favorite comic of all
they
time.
took everything that was right about that comic and built on it and updated it and made it that much better. Yeah. Not for the squeamish though.
No.
I'm going to go with something I finished. I finished. Did everyone finish Shrinking?
Yes.
I've not started yet. I will.
Oh,
I've been hitting those seasons when they're done, and then I just kind of like
It's done now.
It
so.
just
That's what
finished.
I'm
Well,
saying. So
Shrinking
I
was
watched-
great.
I watched the other ones when I watched the first. This is fourth season or third season?
Third season.
So I watched the first season, then I waited for the second season to be done. Watched that, and I'll do this now.
But it's funny. It's a little. It's the same Bill Lawrence who makes Rooster. Yeah. Rooster's a little more like comedy, laugh comedy. This is a little more subtle, which is nice that you can make. Not every show is the same, but this season was solid.
I think it's one of the best written things on TV.
Absolutely.
I mean, the writing is so good on that. Now, and I would say don't watch it until after you watch the season, but I texted you guys. The Paley Center did a panel, which is really funny because I texted Dave originally saying they're having this panel at the Paley Center. Now I'm thinking in New York, and I'm like, and Harrison Ford is going to be there. And then Dave's like, it's in LA, Barry.
Yeah.
But in any case, they did a whole panel with almost the entire cast there, and they just put it up. The professionally shot version of it is up on YouTube, and I watched it over the weekend, and it's great. It's a couple things I didn't know. The showrunner, Bill Lawrence, is married to the woman who plays the next door neighbor in real life.
Miller, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And the Ted McGinley character is based on the showrunner.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's like, it's weird that I get to watch you be a better husband to my wife than I am in real life.
Good for Ted McGinley. I mean, he was in so many shows, and he's just solid.
He's great.
He's solid, but he's also got a reputation for being the kiss of death on shows because he's been brought in late on like 4 TV series, and when it's already like, in hour 11, so it's great to see him start something and just, So
well, and they had originally planned the arc as 3 seasons done.
Yeah.
And now that they're renewed for season 4, they've said that they're going to do a time jump, and it's going to be a new storyline. It's not going to be a continuation.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously continuation because it's the characters, but it's going to be a new situations.
Yeah, I'm curious if Harrison Ford's not in it. I thought
It said he is in it.
may not be in it, but we'll see. There's no reason why he isn't.
Yeah.
Not spoiling anything. But
And
Todd,
they brought Michael J. Fox out at the end of the panel, and they actually asked if he would be in. Now, another thing I didn't know. Now I'm ruining that video for anybody that might want to watch it, but I guess he got his start on Spin City. So he was saying that part of the reason the show is about mentorship so much is that Michael J. Fox was his mentor when he got his first showrunner job on Spin City, and there's a deep relationship between those two guys.
oh really? That's interesting. But definitely worth. Todd, there are 2 Indiana Jones references.
Really?
Find
Yes.
them. You saw
They're
the
obvious.
last one, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's
I was
also
surprised.
There's multiple Indiana Jones references in DTF St. Louis, but we don't have to go there.
Oh
haven't
my
watched
god.
that.
Okay, let's go there. I am watching that. I don't know if I'm enjoying it. It's very weird.
I
It's
finished
on
it.
my want to watch list, but I
have
don't
one. I'm
really have
one
any
behind.
interest. Yeah.
I don't know
One
what to
thing
say
you-
about it.
You just gotta see the final episode, Dave.
Yes, I have not seen the final episode, and it may make you rethink Indiana Jones.
It's they almost ruined it. But anyways, yeah.
It's just, I really started watching that because I'm like, we're not watching any comedies. This is a comedy, but it's
it's
a
not a
dark comedy. And then Rooster comes out of nowhere and is a real comedy, and I'm so thrilled that came. But I don't know if I would.
This is not a comedy. This is a dark kind of character piece, and it's very odd. I watched this and I wonder how it got made and how they got the people involved that they got involved with it.
I
Because
agree.
there's weird shit in this, and it just keeps getting weirder. And
Well, and that's why I wanted to watch it because of the people that are involved. Like, the
That's the
subject
only
matter-
reason
there is good weird, and there's like bad weird, and I mean I like everybody in this show.
Yeah.
I'm just watching this thinking like, oh, they could all have been doing something better. And
Yeah.
So do you recommend I watch it, or should I skip it?
it's,
see what Dave says after this episode. Yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's
I'm
interesting.
gonna wait till I hear back.
It's
from
weird
you
and
then.
interesting because I'm like, oh, Jason Bateman. Well, I didn't even realize David Harbour and Linda Cardinale were in it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It is just odd.
I find myself in the role of the empathizing with the old detective who's just like shaking his head the whole
It's
time.
the looks he gives are the looks you have when you're watching. Like
That's what I'm saying.
That
That is the viewer. He is the avatar of the viewer. Just like, so that's a thing. it's like, and yeah, yep.
When he went, and this isn't a spoiler, and Todd, when he's typing in at the bar Indiana Jones, and then like, oh my god, like seriously.
Yep. It's yes, yeah. And
It's
he's
just
good
weird.
too. Richard Jenkins, he's good too.
Oh yeah, he's good too. Yeah, and so is the other woman. I don't know her name, but she,
Yes, yeah. And she was in Sabrina, I think. And or was it Sabrina? No, she was in Wednesday. But yeah, like I said, it's don't push anything off your schedule to watch it, Barry. I would be curious what you think, but if I know now what I knew, if I knew then what I know now, I might not have started it.
interesting.
Okay.
So
All right, Barry, what you're next?
I'm trying to avoid some of the shows. I'm actually disappointed in quite a few of the shows I'm watching. All right, I'll go to For All Mankind. I am not loving this season at all.
Where are you?
It's like
Where are you? Yeah.
I'm caught up. I'm current.
Oh really?
you've
I've
seen
watched.
You've seen 4?
Yes.
I've
I haven't
watched
seen
3.
4 yet. I've seen 3. You have seen 3.
I did
So
see
we can
3.
talk-
I
we can
had
talk about through the end
in
of
my
3.
head. So it was so funny. In my head, I'm like halfway through the season and nothing's happening. And then I went to watch the next episode. And I'm like, I've only seen 2 episodes. It's so slow that I felt like I was further in.
So
I feel like the first one was slow. The second one went someplace.
one is
not
always
exciting
is
to
always
me at
a
all.
recap of what's happened to everybody in the previous decade, and that's all. So that's always slow.
And I get that, but four episodes in, I just feel like there's nothing exciting happening at all.
I see what they're building to.
There are people that are dying, and there's stuff happening.
Spoilers.
I'm not
Okay,
excited by any of it.
so-
I didn't say who,
I know. I said, well, I'm just warning people.
but it's just I just don't find I loved this show so much.
We did too, and I agree with you. It is not like the first couple seasons where it's like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's a little sort of like a bottled drama kind of thing.
Well,
That used to be my go-to show, and now it's like, well, I have to watch it because it's on my list, and I want to see what happens.
I agree.
I'm not loving it at all.
I'm not where you are, Bear. I think, like I said, it has not reached its past heights of glory. A part of me. So here's the thing. Part of me feels like what happened at the end of season 3, episode 3, untethered them from a lot of the past, and it lets them kind of move forward. But there's 5 episodes or whatever, 6 episodes, and they're done. Okay, forever.
There's 6 total or six more?
So there's, so.
But if they were trying to untether themselves, why did they tie that redhead female police officer to a previous character? Like they didn't.
She's a
They
blonde.
did not
I
need
think.
to do that.
The blonde one, you mean?
A blonde, redhead, whatever she is.
What are you saying?
Well, maybe you haven't seen the episode yet.
I've only seen 3.
All right, so then I'm talking about things that I shouldn't because you haven't seen it yet.
You get the thing with her and Ed.
Yeah.
They were in a TV series together that basically put both of them on the map.
Yeah.
So the killing, and so that was a big thing with the two of them. They actually had like one scene together. I will say, stellar jump in their aging makeup between last season and this season.
I thoroughly agree with that.
Night and day.
And I'll tell you this, and before I sort of had a sense of what was going on, I know spoilers, I'm like, there's no way him in that makeup is sustainable for he's got to be in the chair for 5 hours.
Yeah. Oh, but I also think there's some CGI there.
Could be.
I think so too. But it is, boy, last season he looked like a guy in prosthetics.
Yeah.
And he did not look comfortable. In this he looks so much better. And so, I mean, can we talk about the end of season 3, episode 3?
I'm fine with it.
Sure. Spoilers,
Spoilers.
everybody.
Ed
If you haven't
dies.
seen it. Yeah.
I think they handled that very, very well.
I agree with that. They did. The sort of the dream sequence, flashback, whatever.
Flashback. They gave him him going back to Korea gave him an opportunity to at least be out of the makeup for the first time in 2 years.
Him on the Gemini flight, yeah.
Yep. And then the revelation that his son was named after the pilot that he couldn't save.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I will tell you, I teared up a little bit when Gordo came out and walked the hallway with him. I was just like, wow, they did this. They pulled this guy back from 3 seasons ago, and I mean, I kind of feel like the show.
I think they gave that character a good send off. I agree with that.
They did.
I
That's
enjoyed
okay.
the
fine.
episode.
I kind of feel like it could have ended there.
It was slow, though. It all felt so slow and drawn out. I loved the end when they just had the capsule going. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I didn't.
that was the best end credit sequence this season.
If this season had been timed better, this could have been the end of the season and the end of the series.
I absolutely feel like there are a lot of shows that are very slow right now.
Yeah,
And where episode to episode, nothing happens.
Yeah.
But this show never used to be that way. And
No.
I'm just not enjoying it.
I gotta
as
say,
much.
season 3 was pretty soap opera. And
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm pretty sure it was.
and that was, in cringy ways sometimes. It never quite got back to where it was in season 2.
I want people chasing each other on the moon with machine guns, and
That's
I have
what I'm
that.
saying.
That little
And-
2-minute thing of the rovers chasing each other.
yeah.
We need more of that.
Yes.
Just how about the like, if you shoot, it's going to go all the way around the moon and then come back, circle around, and the guy believes. I mean, it's like all this stuff. It was just like, and even though it's not even just like, okay, they're all in this space station and it's boring. It's like we spent a lot of time on the first moon base with the three of them in that one little moon base, and they managed to make it interesting. So
Yeah.
it's
I agree. It's a little. They're not.
And
really.
it's okay if you're enjoying it more than me. I just feel like
I am enjoying it, but it's part of it is nostalgia for what it was, and like I said,
because I'm an episode ahead of you guys, and I'm telling you, still nothing's going on.
So, the other thing is like the two young women who kind of drove things in the last episode are now older. Okay, are now supposed to be like 40-ish. There's 4 years age difference between Elida and the actor that plays her daughter. It's like because she's only like she's only like 26, and because she's played an 18-year-old and and right down the line, I don't know. And the more I see Dev, the more I think he was great as Mr. Terrific, and that
Yeah, and then there's previews for Star City, which I don't know if I want to go back all the way, because when we saw this, it was great. But now they're making Star City with whatever staff they're making. Are they going to make it boring again? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
will
the
watch
trailer
it just out of
doesn't look
curiosity.
compelling at
Oh,
all.
I didn't even see the trailer. I didn't even know there was a trailer out.
They
I haven't
show
seen
it before the show.
I always skip that.
Oh, I didn't see it. Huh.
That comes out in May.
Okay. So
All right, moving on.
All right.
yeah, again, I like I said, I will watch at the conclusion.
I will too. I just hope something
Yeah,
happens.
I agree. It's just a theme of like, we need like events, even like Monarch. Monarch is
Okay, so
There's spurts of
one last
okay.
thing about this. Okay, one last thing about this. We're getting to the point where people got with the space program. Okay,
People what?
People got with the space program. It was fascinating. It was exciting.
Yeah,
And then we kind of lost interest in it. And then people.
but that's
moved on.
their fault.
No, but I'm saying, right. But what I'm saying, it's like we're following the natural cycle. It was just extended further in the show.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I always
just
was
feel like
fascinated with the
there's
space
stuff-
program.
But there's stuff that they're talking about, like go fly the ship out to the asteroid. Do
You keep
something.
talking about it and
Yeah,
talking
they keep
about
talking
it.
about it, but they're not doing it.
Todd, what's your favorite sort of auxiliary thing in this show? I don't know. I think about it every time I hear them. I don't know if it pops in your head.
no.
The fact that the phones they use are Newtons.
Oh, Newtons. Oh, that's brilliant. Yes.
They're like thick
There's no
iPhones.
They're Newton. Yes, exactly. And they've worked that right down the line. Oh, you're saying the favorite alternate history thing? Yeah.
No. I meant it's sort of just an aside in the
still-
show.
But
Only up to 2012.
it is alternate history. It's like they live in a world where the Newton was not a failed product because
Well, it's funny that the 2012 Newton is more chunky than the 2012 iPhone.
Yeah. But I that shocked me the other day because I know they've jumped so much. I'm like, oh, they're still 14 years behind where we are right now.
2012 Newton is chunkier, okay, but it's also a different device. Okay, this is more. I mean, it's more of a computer than a phone. It's basically a phone grafted to a computer.
Yeah.
Whereas
Well,
was
and the
reverse.
iMacs that they're using in the offices are like modern iMacs.
Oh,
They
the
look
current
just like
iMacs, yeah.
the modern current iMacs.
They also she was being driven in a Rivian too, which is a little odd.
Yeah. So
Anyway, where are we going? Monarch. Let's go to Monarch. Which again,
Also on my list of shows that I love.
there's not a lot happening from
disappointing this year.
episode to
I've only
episode.
seen the first episode.
You what?
I've only
I'm
seen
caught
the
up
first
on that.
episode.
Oh, okay. But you
now I
got You got
Well, it
20
gets
seconds.
better. I mean, the most recent episode was great, but it took a long time.
I don't
to get
think
there.
I'm at the most recent episode.
Okay, it's good.
I'm
It's
one
finally-
behind.
Yeah, there's lots of like Titan action.
Okay, good, because there hasn't been enough.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's just leave it at that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
but
I think
it's
it's fair to say.
Well, let me just ask you, and you can. Is this spoiler? You know, does the Japanese woman ever get around to asking what happened to her husband, or they just never bring it up again?
no,
No,
she
no, there-
kind of
there's-
knows. She knows
There's more. Yeah, there's stuff that gets.
Okay.
They find more of his paperwork, and yeah, there's they talk about it.
She finds a picture of him with Roseanne and is like, "What? Who's
Yeah,
that?"
okay. It's like, yeah. Now, how in 5 years did he turn into John Goodman?
I will say this: some of it gets a little convoluted with all the different players on the board. I feel like, but I maybe my favorite show last season, and this season's not on par. But
But
It's
I
hard
think
to
that
sustain where they were from last season.
a lot of this stuff is. I'm trying to think. So, definitely Monarch. There's just a soap opera element to so much of this stuff, like this. It's just
Kurt Russell's been great in this season.
Russell's
though,
great
and his son
all-
is, and
all
his
the
son is
time.
great.
Yeah. But there's just like all these interpersonal issues. Like, let's have some freaking monsters.
There's
fighting.
just also
Can't we
a
all
lot
be
of
on the same
you
page?
just have to trust me stuff to it. Like, I'm sorry, there are millions of people whose lives could be at risk. We can't always just go with your gut. Whoever, there's a lot of people who they want you to go with their gut in that show. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, but
There's
this
a
thing
lot
is
of that
about
going
to
on in the world right
stomp
now.
on
Yeah.
cities, so.
Yeah.
The most current episode is better than the
Okay, I haven't seen that one, but okay, good. All right. What else?
I finished Night Agent season 3.
I did too, and
I thought it was better than season
it's
2.
definitely better. I was hoping Rose from season 2 would come in and save the day in the end of season 3, which was so ridiculous. It was It was better. There's some hokey things. Just
Of course, but
they
it was
break the
enjoyable.
rules of. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
And the good
Yeah.
the thing with that is there's action in every episode, and whatever the storyline is, it is what it is, but it moved forward in every episode. Some of
And
these
it was never
things-
convoluted. I mean, you could always follow and understand exactly what was going on, even if it was a little ridiculous. You understood it.
but some of these shows are just stagnant.
It's not
They're just-
convoluted because it's written for like a 6th grade level. I mean, I have not watched the show since like episode 3 of the first season, and there were very few things on TV where they spent as much time explaining obvious things than in that show.
I don't know
So
that
now
they
it's
did that this
changed.
time.
I would say, and I don't mean to be, but if you've only seen 3 episodes and we're in the end of the 3rd season, you
I
haven't
know,
seen
no,
enough
but what
of
I'm
it to
saying,
make that.
if it's written by the same people and done the same way, it was just like in the 3rd episode, they're recapping what happened in the 1st episode, like we didn't see it.
Nah, they're not doing that. I mean,
They're
to
not
me,
doing
what
that,
was
but-
bad about the 2nd season was that they've left too much of it relied on this girl who clearly she was computer smart, but
She solved every
she
aspect.
solved everything. They didn't have that in the 3rd season, though.
But
Same
this
way.
was the story moved forward in every episode, as simple as the story. It wasn't super simple, and there was
It was good.
compelling
I
action.
enjoyed it.
I mean, it's not great, but it's at least you could sit there for 50 minutes and be like, all right, stuff is going on. Not like, oh my God, we're talking about the same problems and not doing anything about them. So that's Night Agent. Todd, what else
Who's
you
going
got?
to take Daredevil?
I'll take Daredevil.
Okay.
I think it's great. I think it's everything that it should have been last season.
I'm only 3 episodes in.
And
Well, what are the? There's 4 or 5.
There's 5.
5. Okay.
no, 5? Is there 5 already?
I think there is 5. I just looked to see how many there were.
No, I think it's great. It's one story. It's cohesive with different elements to it. The characters seem like who they actually are. Last season was so disjointed. I mean, the first season was like last season of Strange New Worlds, where it was just like they'd put it in a blender and tried to make something out of it afterwards. This is moving and it's good. And
I don't feel like it's moving fast enough, though. I mean, not fast enough. It's at least in the 3 episodes I saw, it's like Fisk is a problem. Fisk is a problem. Fisk is a problem. You haven't done anything about it. The first 3 episodes, nothing was accomplished.
Yeah, but again, you got to take down the guy that's in charge, and he's building momentum towards that. Like I said, I think it's great, and I think they fixed everything that was wrong with the show. And if you have another idea on what they should be doing, I'd love to hear it. But I think this is what I wanted to see, and I think it's great.
I think if you love the character of Daredevil the way you do, this is probably exactly what a Daredevil fan wants to see. For me, it's been slow. I'm caught up. I don't know. I've saw the most recent episode. I don't know if anybody else. Dave hasn't. I don't know if you have, Todd. So I don't want to say anything about.
I've seen everything aired. I've seen it.
Okay. I felt like the last episode that aired was finally like stuff was happening, but it all just feels very drawn out to me. And
I think it feels like this suffers from the other thing. There's not enough moving this story forward, at least in the 3 episodes I saw.
Yeah, again, if it was 4 episodes, you wouldn't think the series was long enough. I mean, they've got one story arc that they've got to work their way through, and we know there's other characters coming in. We know that it's again, like I said, I'm very pleased with it. I think we're seeing different aspects to the characters. This is when this show is at its best. It's the 2 of them versus each other, and they're building to that. I think some things have happened that weren't predictable. So far, we've gotten like a minute and a half of the psychologist ex-girlfriend, and I think that's fantastic. I think the next scene, if she gets killed, that would be great.
Agree.
But
they really draw. This is the second show. There are like Kingpin is Trump. I mean, they are really. I mean, there's a lot of parallels.
And that's the kind of cool thing with it. It's like I'm watching this and I'm seeing like these people fighting back, and these and these thugs walking around the streets acting with total impunity, and everything they do is excusable, and it's like, wow, this could never happen in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Only in a comic book show.
And I think that's part of what I'm watching this, and I'm like, there have been storylines like this that I've read. I think it's working, and yeah,
I'm not saying I dislike it. I just wish that they would pick the pace up a little bit. The stuff that happens in the most current episode was excellent, and not giving anything away for Dave because he hasn't seen it. There's something that happens where you think something's going to happen and then it doesn't happen. And I felt cheated, and then it was resolved in a good way. So,
and I will say this episode is largely flashbacks that are done extremely well. They did great de-aging on 4 characters, three of the 4 characters, and to the point where it's just like, wow, they can do this. And
I mean, it literally looked like they found old footage. They
stripped 10 years off 3 of these characters, and but they also explained where other characters have come from, which was, like I said, it was. I think that was well done. It's like I said, I'm enjoying it a lot, and everything that I was apprehensive about, I'm not apprehensive about.
I feel like after this most recent episode, they've made it possible for the story to start moving faster. I just hope that it does.
Yeah, I think so. I also think there's conflict coming. So, and it's being extremely well received and well rated, and I think, like I said, this is what people were hoping for. So, it's one thing. It's like, the show's got to go on for a period of time. They're getting another. There's going to be at least one more season of this. You can't wrap up this thing in 5 episodes. And if that's what you're looking for, there's not going to be much to do but sit around and talk about what happened.
But I think that you can have multiple stories with these characters. It doesn't have to be.
There can be the sort of storylines where this is resolved, but the bigger picture's still going.
We know Kingpin's not getting arrested and going away, but there can be different disputes and issues with Kingpin. It doesn't all have to be the same one.
Yeah. There's some, like I said, I think they've done some really good stuff with it. I think the turn with Bullseye is very, very interesting. I love the idea of him stealing the anti-vigilante task force uniform and in the light of day going out dressed as someone that no one wants to look at.
Yeah.
I thought that was a brilliant twist. So like I said, there's really good stuff in it, and I'm very pleased with it. And it's not, like I said, it's.
All right, what else we got?
Why don't we speed it up, because in sake of time, is there everyone? I don't have a ton more than I'm currently watching. Would you guys have more stuff?
Invincible, we mentioned.
You mentioned.
I have not started Darth Maul yet, but I'm going to very
I
shortly.
haven't either.
It's great. Todd, you're gonna love it. Dave, you might or might not, but because it's animated and it's an interesting animation style. It's a evolution of what they've done in the past,
right.
But I've only seen the first 4. There's 2 more dropped today as we record this. I haven't watched them yet, but
this is the highest rated made-for-TV Star Wars thing ever. It's rated above Andor, and
that doesn't make sense to me. But then again, it's a character everybody knows. Like everybody knows
these guys.
So.
I also think this is one of those things that's probably made for fans, by fans, and everyone knows what they want to see, and they're delivering it. So good for them. They need a win. So
yep.
Yeah.
I have not started The Boys or Friends and Neighbors yet.
I'm caught up on The Boys, and I have not started Friends and Neighbors yet.
I've only watched 1 episode of The Boys so far.
Yeah.
We just started it last night, so I haven't seen any more of it. I will say that as a total side note, there's a show on Amazon called Company Retreat, which is like season 2 of Jury Duty.
Oh, you
where they
mentioned that
take
one.
a guy and put him into a. It was very enjoyable. Like if you liked the concept, or if you saw Jury Duty and thought it was good, this is great. So.
How is James Marsden everywhere now?
Oh my God! I don't know how he's has time.
It's like
breathe.
we didn't really see him between X-Men and Westworld, okay, and then we didn't really see him after Westworld, and now he's in every single TV show.
He's the Glenn Powell of 26.
He is like the Glenn Powell of TV. It's like he's just kind of but I haven't watched Your Friends and Neighbors yet, but he's in that.
I'm looking forward to that. I thought that was great.
Guys, 20 minutes.
Not even last season. It was like 3 months ago. It felt like
this was really quick coming back, but
which is good. It's nice that we didn't have to wait 2 years for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did either of you catch the movie War Machine on Netflix?
I heard it's good. Mark saw it and said it's good. I haven't watched it.
I watched it. It was fun. It was a good popcorn movie.
Who's in it?
Alan Rickson.
Alan Richson.
Reacher.
Oh,
guy
right.
that plays
Yes, I
Reacher?
did read about that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I watched last Saturday Mercy with what's his face, Star-Lord.
Yeah. I watched that too.
I thought it was going to be worse. It was okay. It was all right.
It felt like they made it during COVID because they're like, what can we make that when we only have to have 2 people in the movie?
Well, they did. It's not.
Yeah,
true, it's okay. It's okay.
No, it was okay. I agree. It was okay. Wasn't great.
I thought it was going to be
okay.
crappy, but it was okay.
It's if you've got nothing else to watch, it's a fine hour and 45 minutes.
I was sick for 3 days, and I watched the whole first season of How I Met Your Mother.
Really? Okay, that's where you are. Okay, so other than Star-Lord and other than Terminal List, what's he done that's been good?
He was okay in the Jurassic Park movies.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I mean, he was excellent in Parks and Rec.
I never saw that.
Okay. But I'm saying since he moved up, he's had a lot more misses than hits.
I don't know that he's done that much. Well, he had that movie with Millie Bobby Brown that was
right?
not
and then he
great.
had that weak as shit time travel thing.
No,
And then
you think that. Me and Barry like that movie.
I think that, and everyone else that saw it, other than the two.
What's that? What was that
Because
called?
it's rated like 3.5 or something.
No, that one was actually good.
It was not good. It was not good.
What was it called?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been great as the voice of Super Mario in the Super Mario.
Oh, well, that
Those
Great.
things are a
Okay,
freaking
that's
travesty that they're making that much money. This is what's everything that's wrong with this
I
country.
Did you
feel
see
like-
the first
I
one?
just
It
feel
was
like-
a legit enjoyable movie.
where I'm going with this is just freaking make more Terminal List. Okay.
There's another season.
I
But
know,
he was in
I'm
the
saying-
Electric State. Remember that?
That's the one
Yeah,
with
I know
Millie
what
Bobby
you're talking
Brown.
about.
That stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want more Terminal List. So
The Tomorrow War.
Tomorrow War.
War, that's what it was.
Awesome.
Yep.
There's two Chris Pratts apparently, because I just looked up a different one.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he was in Jennifer's Body. Had no idea.
He was in Moneyball.
Yeah.
Zero Dark 30.
I don't think he's done that much stuff.
No.
He was in that. Yeah, I wonder when that comes out. That
When
new
does Terminal
season
List
of
season 2 come out?
Terminal
While
List.
you're looking at it, does it say?
The what? Doesn't say.
All right. While you're looking at that, I'm just gonna say Survivor season 50. Epic. It's been great.
By the way, Terminal List is. I mean, the Tomorrow War is a 6.6 on IMDb.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not a 3.
Look around a little bit. It's yeah. Anyways.
Hey, no shaming people for what they like.
No, that's
No,
all we do.
Yeah.
It's not like incredibly slow horses or anything.
Yeah. That's which is a 9. So maybe an 8.5. But hey.
No Highlander.
No, what could
Okay.
be?
No, it's not a high. It's not.
Highlander's is awesome. I don't care what
What
you
is
say.
Highlander rated?
And when I pay $150 to get Christopher Lambert's autograph, I don't want to hear a word out of you. I think he's charging a lot of money.
I just hope you're not planning on bringing a sword because they've already said you.
I
can't
couldn't
bring
even
swords.
understand all the rules. There's so many sword rules.
You
Anyway.
can bring a scabbard. He'll sign a scabbard, but you cannot bring a sword. Not
All right.
even a toy sword.
All right, I think we're done with that. Why don't we move on to what's in the box? Barry, what's in the box?
I'm gonna do 2. So as I've discussed with you guys in the past, and this worked out very well for me in 2025, I have been sort of going into a new year, setting sort of goals for myself. Of these are the things I want to accomplish in collecting this year. And one of the ones for 2026 that I sort of set a goal as was I wanted to finish my Star Wars trading card sets from Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi. And I had a good start on them, so I've got all the Star Wars cards and stickers. So this was the year I wanted to finish the Empire and the Jedi. So I'm going to work on that. But the other thing that I had, and I don't know if you guys remember this, Wonder Bread had trading cards in the bread
that.
back in
Yes.
1977. And they're kind of hard to find, and they're really hard to find in good shape because they were packaged in with bread.
They get all moldy.
Stained on the back, and this is very common for them to be stained or whatever. I actually, and I didn't know this, but apparently back in the day, they also had a mail-in thing where you could mail away and they would send you a set of cards that were not in the bread.
Oh,
And I actually got a really perfect condition set of all 16 cards from a guy who got these from a former Wonder Bread employee. And they're like perfect, pristine, no staining on the back. So I got a set of all 16 Wonder Bread cards. So I'm very excited
Nice.
about that. I'm finding I'm like more interested these days in things that came out in the first year or two of the release of
That's
Star
a good
Wars, or
thing.
even prior, because they're just it's so mass merchandise now, and I'm finding joy in the older stuff.
I
So,
would. Do you have an inflatable lightsaber?
I don't.
I would like one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I wonder what kind of shape those things are in these days and how they've held
Yeah,
up.
they're not-
I had one as a kid. I remember
They're
that.
not cheap. Yeah, that was just like, let's make it not look like it at all, and yellow. Like
Yeah.
why?
Exactly.
Oh, yellow plastic is plentiful.
Well, they also made Luke's lightsaber and the Kenner action figure yellow.
Because
so.
they
I think
saw
that's
the
probably why.
they saw the blow up one.
Yep.
Well, no, I think the reason that they did it was because in all of the materials that they got when before they like color corrected or rotoscoped it, it looked pretty white. But
Maybe.
anyway, my second one is an action figure. This is the animated series Wicket, the Ewok action figure. This is, believe it or not, this goes for a freaking fortune, and it's very hard to get in good condition. I ended up getting a carded one that the card was in terrible condition, and I've since sold the card and the coin it came with to help cover some of the cost of this figure.
Oh my god!
But there are 6 Ewok animated figures, and I had the other 5, and this one's been eluding me, so I finally got him. So
It doesn't look like Wicked at all, but okay.
but it looks like Wicket in the cartoon
No, I'm sure.
from 1985.
He's wicked.
I will tell you
He's
off
wicked.
the air how much I had to pay for this. I will not
Don't
say
let-
it.
I want to hear.
I'll let Dave
off
get
the
you
air.
down. He's wicked cool.
He is wicked cool.
That's
Yes.
cool. That's a nice, concise collection. We like those.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly. All right, Todd, what's in the box?
So, Data. I did not get this when it first came out, and then they reissued it, and I picked it up from X06. So here he is with one of the 2 cats that he comes with.
It's odd that he comes with 2 cats.
Well, he comes with the cat that he can hold, and then the cat that sits and waits for him to get back from the bridge,
Spot.
and all the usual accessories. I got to say, I like the gold color. The gold fabric is nicer than the red fabric. The red just, I don't know. It just for some reason this is perfect. You can see the seams. It looks really, really well tailored. They do just a great job with these things. And again, I passed on him initially. I wasn't sure what I was going to get. I was going to get the whole crew, but I feel
Well, I
like
was just going to ask: is this the start of a slippery slope
no,
of
I'm
getting
going
the
to
entire
do.
crew?
I think I'd be perfectly happy with him and Riker. Honestly, I didn't like the way the first contact Data looked. I didn't care for that one. I like this better. He's kind of very classic Data, and I think he'll look good with Riker, who's also in the like season 2 uniform. So I will resist getting another Picard. So I've got him. I'll have him, Riker, and Ro, and I think that's good for next gen. But yeah, really well done, just like always. So I was telling you guys earlier, he came with 2 heads, and they are absolutely identical. And I kept looking at this head, and I kept trying to figure out, why does he have 2 heads when they're identical? And yes, one has the side panel that comes out, so you can see his little positronics in there, which now I have to pop that one on his head because I want that. But
It would be nice if they did a good Worf to go with that series. I know they're doing a Worf, but it's not the Worf that would
3
fit
freaking
in.
Worfs. And and that's the other thing too. I would consider like a DS9 Worf. I think that would be, with the in the
Yeah.
red. I think that would be cool. But again, I don't want old pacifist Worf. I don't want spacesuit Worf. I don't know what other ones they're going to come up with first, but
I bet you they'll do Worf from the opening scene in Generations when he's in the pirate costume.
Oh,
before they
geez.
use the regular
we'll get a
Worf.
pirate Worf before we get. You know what I think I would actually buy is a Tasha Yar from first season. I think that would be cool. And then you have one representative figure from the first season in the different.
She should
uniform.
come with an oil slick accessory.
Okay. Or Bear, you could make that.
Yeah.
But I think I would maybe get that. I'm not sure who else I would really want. I passed on the Doctor and I passed on Geordi, and yeah. So, it's just a matter of how much shelf space when it comes
Well,
down to it.
that's always the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right, my what's in the box, it was actually, I was away a week ago, I was in Germany and Switzerland. So it's what I brought back in my suitcase. So, of course, you can't go to Germany without going to the Bauhaus, the Home Depot of Germany, and buying German tools. So, my wife was
handles there.
Oh yeah, my wife was nice enough to be like give us an hour sort of excursion to a Home Depot or the Bauhaus, and German tools are the best
What
tools.
is that? I mean, house we know is house. What is Bauhaus? Is it a tool?
I looked it up when I was there. I don't remember now.
Okay.
It looks exactly like a Home Depot. It's not even owned by Home Depot, but you go to the tool aisle and it's all German-made tools. So these are Knipex, which they sell in America, but they're probably about 50% more than you pay in Germany. So I got three German, Knipex plier types, cutters, a needle nose, and a lineman's tool. But the place was pretty cool. It was like, German wood is better, everything's better. So I got that. I also got, I had showed you guys a German tape measure. This is a Stabila. It has my name engraved down. And I didn't have it. They just had all the different names, but these people in Germany still use these. This went out in the '60s here in the States, but had to get one of those. So that was my one. That was in Cologne. Then I made a trip to a place called Speyer, and we went to a cool air and space type of museum, and then we went to this little town. I went to this little knife shop that the guy sold cutlery, pocket knives, and brushes of all sorts. This like German, like it was almost like Geppetto of knives. And I got a German pocket knife. This is a company called Otter, made in Germany. You can get them, but it was cool to get a German knife in Germany. And of course, when I was in Switzerland, you need to get a Swiss Army knife in Switzerland. I got this at the top of one of the Swiss Alps at a little store on the top of Rigi Mountain. So I had to have a Swiss Army knife from Switzerland. So that was
You brought us back Swiss
gave us
Army
the-
knives from
yeah,
Switzerland.
yeah.
Everyone needs a Swiss Army knife from Switzerland, even though they're all made in Switzerland. But even no one like, what do you mean? You get them? You can get those. I'm like, it's
Made
not the
in
same.
Switzerland, but these were purchased in Switzerland.
Purchased in Switzerland. You have to get a Swiss. I actually got a couple. I have another one that I have not unpackaged. I got this in the 7-Eleven of Switzerland. I'm like, oh yeah, there you go. Gotta have Swiss Army knife. So, yeah. So that was what's in my suitcase.
And we haven't really talked to you about your trip, but it was a good trip.
It was a good trip. We went on a Viking river cruise to the Netherlands, a lot of Germany, some France, and then ended up in Switzerland. It was fascinating. We saw windmills and all kinds of places in Germany. I was in a town in France called, I don't remember, but it was literally like the town out of Saving Private Ryan, and there was a World War II museum. It was rebuilt, but the bell tower and the whole thing, it was really, really interesting. And we wound up in Lucerne in Switzerland, which is the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. Like the Lake Lucerne and then the Swiss Alps all around it. And our hotel was just, we had this view that was just amazing. So yeah, good trip. I highly recommend it.
Awesome.
And Viking, I gotta give Viking a lot of credit. I mean, we pay them a lot of money, but I mean, there is like no detail they don't like. If you need to go across the street, they're like, "Oh, here's your guide to bring you across the street to get on a boat." You know, they're really, they're really conscientious about everything they do. So, yep,
That's great.
yeah. So and I'll jump into my own commercial. So, as of today, I am full steam ahead into the Star Trek Galileo shuttlecraft hangar displays I'm making. I will share a picture in the chat with you guys. I got all the material, so I am making. This is one of some of 63 displays I'm making for people who pledged enough money to buy. This one is for pieces of the Galileo. There will be
that's
a couple others I'm working on, and then in a couple weeks we're going to make plaques. Well, me. There's about 150 plaques I'll be making. So and I got some other stuff I'm working on too. But From Dave's Workshop is moving along with that. Laser cutter asked to be cleaned 3 times today. It popped up. It's like, you have to clean because there was so much engraving going on. But
Wow. Well, this is probably the most you've ever done in one shot, right?
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, there's 38 of those particular displays. So
Well, it's great that you're getting to help out in that way.
Yeah,
Help
and
out.
then-
I know it's not helping per se,
Yeah.
but it's great that you're the one that's
A lot
getting
of
to do
work.
it.
yeah. No, I mean, they are not being charged the regular From Dave's Workshop prices
Right.
at all. But it's all for a good cause. So
Yeah, of course.
I'm glad to be doing it. And
Awesome.
yeah, I think these displays are bringing in a good chunk of money for that. And thank you to everyone who bought them and participated. And you should. Speaking of the thing, there's good pictures. The shuttle bay hangar is in full swing. So
Yeah, they've even released some renderings of what the interior potentially is going to look like. It looks beautiful. It's going to.
yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I guess in my mind, I was just thinking, because we've seen the Galileo when it was on the Intrepid. I wasn't necessarily envisioning it on the Enterprise. I was just thinking of it like in a room and seeing it like in Star Trek environment.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's gonna be cool. So yeah.
Yeah. I also got something from Dave's workshop last week. Next week I'll take some pictures because I have another figure coming in. But Dave made me some custom shelves for our display cases, and that really optimized the use of the display case, and that's great. So I'll take some pictures of that. But thank
Awesome.
you for doing that. That's
Cool.
So how do they get in touch with From Dave's
Oh yeah,
Workshop,
we're
Dave?
still doing that. My website, fromdavesworkshop.com, or you could email me at fromdavesworkshop@gmail.com. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, so check us out. All right, that's the show. That's a lot going on.
Yep.
I don't know what's next week, but I'm sure it'll be something spectacular.
Well, Dave and I are going to Chiller this coming weekend.
That's
so
true.
Maybe we'll talk a little bit about that. Who we've met and who we saw and
Who we've smelled, Heather Locklear.
who we sniffed, and who we paid to get autographs from.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about that. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening and/or watching.